Alarm. Real concern. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox News. Once again, Villanova University shaken by a report of an active shooter on campus. Fox's Jill Nato.
A false report of an active shooter had police responding to Villanova University in Pennsylvania for the second time this week. Officers responded to reports of a gunman Sunday at the school's Austin Hall dormitory, but soon confirmed the call was fake. It comes just days after what school officials say was a cruel hoax that caused chaos at the university as police descended on campus. On Thursday, an active shooter was also reported at the university's law school as new freshmen on campus were undergoing orientation. Both incidents are being investigated, but no further details about the false reports have been released. Jill Nato, Fox News.
We're learning more after protesters were seen assaulting ICE agents in California last week, including one who allegedly tried to stab an officer.
Dozens of protesters rallied outside of San Francisco's federal court building, waiting for the release of a person who the federal government identified as Adrian Guerrero, a person who the federal officials say assaulted ICE officers and threatened law enforcement by saying, quote, "I'm going to go after you, your family. I'm going to stab you." Guerrero, who apparently identifies as a woman and goes by the name Angie, was charged with assault and destruction of federal property after allegedly slashing the tire of a government vehicle. DHS says it happened on Wednesday when a group of 15 to 20 anti-ICE rioters in San Francisco assaulted, grabbed, punched, and pepper sprayed ICE agents who were conducting targeted immigration enforcement.
Fox's Christina Coleman. DHS says ICE is facing a 1,000% increase in assaults. America is listening to Fox News.
I'm Janice Dean. Join me every Sunday as I focus on stories of hope and people who are truly rays of sunshine in their community and across the world.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
Gas prices may rise due to flooding at a major Midwest refinery. Fox's Kevin Uretsky.
Oil industry analyst Trilby Lumberg says the problem took place at the BP-run refinery in Whiting, Indiana, which is shut down after weather-related flooding.
It is now in repair process, but the reverberations go way beyond its huge territory.
Lumberg says wholesalers are already seeing a jump in their costs, and that soon will be passed along to consumers.
Retailers in a very big part of the country are being impacted by that huge stoppage, and they will have to hike street prices.
As for how much,
we could see maybe 5 to 10 cents just from getting over this major mishap.
Lumberg does say if the refinery is able to get back to full capacity within a few days, any price increases could be temporary. Kevin Uretsky, Fox News.
Russia is accusing Ukraine of launching drone attacks that sparked a fire at a nuclear power plant. The UN's nuclear watchdog says radiation levels near that plant are normal, but it is concerned.
The United Nations International Atomic Energy Agency said every nuclear facility must be protected at all times and have called on both sides to show maximum restraint around nuclear facilities in this war. Also, new details. Russian forces have been advancing in the east, and they claim to control about 20% of Ukrainian territory, seizing 2 more more villages this weekend. But today, many world leaders came together to celebrate Ukraine as the country marked its independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney took part with plans to send more military aid over to Ukraine, he says. U.S. envoy Keith Kellogg was also in attendance. Zelensky actually awarded him the Order of Merit First Degree for his significant contributions to supporting Ukraine and strengthening bilateral relations.
That was Fox's Stephanie Bennett reporting there. I'm Angelo Bavaro, and this is Fox News.
This is Jimmy Fallon, inviting you to join me for Fox Across America, where we'll discuss every single one of the Democrats' dumb ideas. Just kidding. It's only a 3-hour show. Listen live at noon Eastern or get the podcast at foxacrossamerica.com.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at NMICrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. Rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise. Through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around. Everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. Into the Marianas breeze. Let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was the air. Connection grows stronger. We show that we care. Rock on to feel the soulful flow. Look right on in Mariana, that's where you belong. The sweet island breeze and the ocean's embrace. Brad's got the stories, sunlight behave. Southside meditated, fall in this ride. Yeah, we're shining with love as I guide. So raise your voices high, let the music play on. Good morning, Marianas, we're where you belong.
Good morning, Marianas. Good morning, everybody. It's 7:43, and it's Monday. You survived the weekend. You made it. Congratulations. I knew you could do it. We're going to get through this week together. Don't you worry. One sunburn at a time. My God, look at that red look I got going on right now. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. I don't know what setting is on this camera, but it's looking good. It's not as sunburned as the other camera. All you have to do, hold on, I'll just switch cameras real quick so you can see the difference. This is probably closer to reality, and I don't know why. I do know why. This camera costs a lot more money than that camera over there. That's why you get the better look. I didn't know that was a thing. There's no filter. That's just what's it. But I'll tell you what, being out at the beach all freaking day yesterday, that's definitely what it did it. But where else would you want to be? We finally had great weather, no rain. I mean, there was a little sprinkle, but that cooled you off. It was great. It was exactly where we want to be, doing exactly what we want to do yesterday. Family day at the beach on Sunday. Loved it. Well, anyway, today's going to be a little bit different because, one, you got a whole lot of work to do, and two, you got weather. 81 degrees outside right now. Humidity's at 91% at the Saipan International Airport, and that's because it just got done raining. If you haven't left the house yet, you're going to need those wipers to be working for sure. The rain part's gone, but the rainy, slicked roads are still pretty bad out there. So be careful out there. There's not going to be any massive puddles, but you could still get slippery. You know those coral roads aren't the best. Anyway, tonight we're looking at partly cloudy skies, low near 86, but the wind is going to pick up. True story. We're going to have winds out of the northeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. But throughout the night, it's going to get stronger, and the gusts are going to get as high as 20 miles per hour. And this is going to be how we're going to have at least till midweek. This is what we can hit. We're going to have this weather until we can hear from Landon again, and that'll be on Thursday. Oh, we'll check this out. Oh my God, I know. Someone just sent me a WhatsApp. Those images looks like those Cold War propaganda out of the Warsaw Pact nations. I know. I totally agree with you. I think it's because of who was alive back then and who's running the country now. Old people. That's all right. I love my Monamco. I do. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love them. Some more than others. True. Does anyone have anything bad to say about Monamco? You're like, yeah, I love my Monamcos, except for that so-and-so. Nope, I don't have that going. Anyway, let's get back to it. Yeah, raining in Chalampia. Luisa, I know it is raining. There's a light rain that's happening right now over here in Olei. It is definitely sprinkling. But good morning to you, Luisa. How'd you guys do in the, did you guys have the championships? Was it the championships this weekend? I saw a picture of you out there wearing your softball uniform, and it looked really cool. Good morning, Tobat Castro. Good morning. Is it you raining? Are you making it rain up there? Is that what's going on in Dan? Here we go. Oh, and you're using your wife's account too? Man, you're not messing around. You're all over the place. I love it. We got double action over there. Leo Fastina Yaguel, good morning. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Great to see you today, too. Connie Park Baza is in the house. Great to see you. Richard Lazama, good morning. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming down here. Former rep. Feeling Zepmo, spending long-distance dollars to be on the show with us today. Great to see you. What do we got? Oh, hold on. Biba Monamco, except for the mean ones. Yeah, be careful about them. They'll touch you. Oh, there it is. It says, congratulations to the Blau Amateur Softball Association Women's Champs Team 670 Magas Babes and the Men's Champs Team Asahi. Congratulations. Oh, my God, what a way to go. That is your team. You are a champion. Holy cow. Congratulations, Luisa. Way to go. Man, was it Team Asahi? Was that what it is? I mean, because that, by the way, you already know what they're going to celebrate with. And happy birthday to Donald Hawkett out in Colorado and Kim Sablan Castro in Washington. Holy cow. Good morning to you guys and happy birthday. Well, it's good morning from us. I mean, it's not good morning for you, but it is a happy birthday for you. I want to say that happy birthday to you. I hope this is your best birthday so far. No kidding. All right, so it's going to be a better birthday for some people more than others, guaranteed, after seeing some of the stuff that was going down. Hold on. Let me open this up real quick. And I got to turn down the volume. Whew. All right. Yeah, it is great seeing all you guys out here. There's a lot going on this week. In fact, after the show today, we are going to be heading to the airport, hopping on a plane to go to Tinian. There's all these fancy government types that are going to be arriving in Tinian this morning. And we're flying out there with some of the other local media to go and cover it. So get ready for some live stuff from Tinian. That means JC Cafe, get ready because we are getting some spicy butter chicken. I got to bring that stuff home. That is how I become a hero when I get back. All right. Hey, good morning. Good morning to you. And no, I'm still not good on Goshiman. On Goshiman? If I say it, no, I'm killing it. You got to call and give me a pronunciation guide on there. But good morning, Mr. Caballero. And good morning, Raymond Castro. Great to see you, too. And look at that. Peeling, going out there shouting out birthday greetings to his grands. Damani Beneventi Tenorio and Caleb Ogden Beneventi. Happy birthday to you. And Attow's in the house over on the YouTube side. Good morning to you, too. If you guys are just tuning in, just finding out about the show, you haven't seen it before, we do this every Monday through Friday, 7:30, 9 o'clock. Sometimes we go later. We got later on tap this week, too. And then we do this on YouTube as well. So you can see us on NMI News 670 over on the YouTube side. We're also on Instagram, but we're not doing the live feed on Instagram this morning. That's a lot of work. You can't see all the cool stuff if we do it over there. It's a little bit higher. Oh, Keenan Zayden, Chung from Texas. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in all the way out there. Oh, we got T-ball champs in the house, too. The Pirates ended up winning the T-ball championships. Congratulations to the Pirates. Second place, the Blue Jays. That's all right. Hey, that's my Masters team. So congratulations to you, Blue Jays. And the Comets taking third place. Congratulations to you, Comets. The Comets, are they Dan? I want to say they're Dan. Because I'm pretty sure. Don't worry, I'm also pretty sure I'm wrong a lot, too. But this time, I think that's what's up. Oh, yeah, I love this picture. Someone just sent us a hurry up and wait. They're at their medical appointment, and it's VA related. I know that feeling. By the way, here's a theory for all you vets out there. You heard of HUA. And you've seen all these different ways you spend HUA. I remember, spell HUA. I remember seeing the shirts in basic training. Some of them were HUAH. And some of them are HOOAH, which is pretty much what people go with, that HOOAH. But what if HUA was really HUAW? And it stands for hurry up and wait. Maybe. Conspiracy theory right there. Yeah. All right. Luis says, I think they're from everywhere. My son is a comment, and he's from Chalmpiel. All right. Well, I know a lot of them, they have from different places. Holy cow, we got another birthday. Happy birthday to Peeling's godson in Las Vegas. It's Nathan Beneventi Pua. Good morning to you. Yeah, that's right. Norman. That's right. By the way, when is it going to happen? When are they just going to put the CEOs from Docomo and IT&E in an octagon and let them just go at it to find out who's going to be the dominant communications provider in the Marianas? You guys catching all of it, right? There's a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. There is the BEAD program. We've had them on the show. The CNMI Broadband Policy and Development Office. They came out here and they were doing, they're here, they're from here, and there's this big grant about bringing high-speed internet to everybody. I know the BEAD program includes, it's like equity to make sure that everybody gets that high-speed access at their house. So they put out a bid to say, hey, we want to get buried fiber to everybody's home. It's out there for everybody. What do you want to do? So IT&E puts in a bid. Docomo puts in a bid. And my goodness, all the way from Guam, GTA puts in a bid. Are you serious? GTA. So the whole plan was burying fiber all over the Marianas to get high-speed stuff to your house, like fiber to your house, that won't get all messed up when the typhoon comes around, right? Good stuff, right? So they highlight this stuff. So they put out this bid, and then they got those 3 bids from those guys for buried fiber, and then last week they awarded to IT&E. Yay, IT&E. Well, IT&E, we say yay because they sponsor a whole bunch of stuff that we do, right? We love them. I used to work for them, all that kind of stuff. Not that I don't love everybody else, but, you know, they're the guys who sponsor us. So they win, and then BEAD puts out this notice saying, great. But before BEAD puts out the notice to say, you know, congrats, what happens is Docomo puts out this thing that says, no, that's not true. We put in something that should be way cheaper. And based on the regulations, it should be cheaper. Well, here's what BEAD had to say about it. Let's go to this one right here. So we put this out. This is from the Broadband Policy Development Office. They put this out. He said, we received 3 priority broadband project applications for each of the 21 BEAD project-funded areas for buried, hardened, resilient, end-to-end fiber network deployment. IT&E buried fiber applications requested $30 million in BEAD funds. GTA from Guam, they have no infrastructure here at all. They said they wanted $60 million to get it done. And Docomo said that they needed $90 million to do it here. And they've already got a lot of stuff here. I mean, they've buried a lot of fiber here already. So they said, again, this is from the Broadband Policy Development Office here, the government agency. It says, we selected and submitted the lowest cost for NTIA for approval, along with our methodology for defining priority broadband projects for each area. They said we had met their requirements and were satisfied. We moved forward with posting our draft final proposal for public comments as instructed. And this is the thing that Docomo put out in their letter. They said, hey, we put in a bid for $1.7 million, and it was like the copper cable stuff. You know, the stuff they use for TV and all that, the stuff that's hanging from pole to pole. So they said, they're like, well, I know we put in this $90 million bid for the fiber, but, you know, I guess it's just as good. We'll do something for like $1.7 million. And it'll be this aerial cable stuff. So they sent it. It says the $1.7 million of applications that Docomo Pacific is referencing in their public comment letter sent to the media is for aerial HFC, which is that hybrid fiber cable. So it's a part fiber, part cable. Deployment on utility poles. This did not meet the standard for the priority broadband project for any of their project areas. So that's the thing that's going on right now. Docomo saying, hey, they said we don't have to have the best, we just have to do it. And this meets that standard. The policy office says, hey, we sent this to the NTIA, and the NTIA said, yep, that looks good to me. And so they were going for it too. So they opened up a public comment section, and that's where this whole thing came about with the Docomo guys. So the public comment period ended on Saturday night at midnight. And so basically what they're doing is they're saying, hey, the Broadband Policy Development Office wants the CNMI to have a buried fiber network. So you get great stuff, and you don't have to worry about power poles going down and taking down your network, right? That's what their big thing is. Now, what I thought was interesting about it was, and we did a little story about this too. You know, I didn't put this on the screen, but I can get this on the screen too. Here, let me get this here, because I want you guys to see this letter that I ended up digging up. This is a letter. It's an image. We'll scroll through it, and we'll call it DPC, right? And this was a letter to the subscribers from, let me make sure I got the right one where you can see the whole thing. Is it this one? Yeah, we're going to have to increase the size, though, because it's not super big. There we go. All right, so, and I'll take off this one, Kapow. All right, so this was a letter from Docomo's CEO at the time. They have a different CEO now. But 2 years ago when Mawar hit Guam, it wasn't good stuff. So he sent out this letter. He's like, hey, this was a pretty bad typhoon, and it kind of overwhelming us. We get that. We totally understand. You can't give Docomo a hard time for this super typhoon that devastated Guam, right? You can't. That's not fair. Docomo is doing what they can. Everyone was doing what they could because it was a terrible thing, right? It's just what happened. It was a terrible, terrible typhoon that devastated Guam and devastated everybody. Got it. No problem. We understand that. But, so this is something that says, you read that at the end. It says, storms like Mawar are on the rise, and it seems unlikely that it will be another 20 years until the next one. As we have been rebuilding the damaged network, we have taken time to assess its overall design and processes we use to provision services and our customer care and communication protocols. All right, so let's move on after that. It continues to this part here. It says a little over 30% of Docomo Pacific's network is currently underground. First and foremost, we are committed to aggressively increasing that percentage. We will also be accelerating the deployment of fiber, which is more resilient than other transmission lines and provides the highest speeds and quality available today. You know, that's a big deal. Now, if we go back to the other letter, that's the problem. The original letter here, let's just do the Docomo letter thing. Here, you know, I can just pull up the full, that's one thing I could do. Just go to the share screen here. Let's do this. Because when you go to a letter that they sent to the Broadband Policy Office, they're basically saying, hey, it's just as good. This thing is not bad at all. Here, let's go to downloads. Under here, where's the Docomo message? I want the full. No, that's not it. I want to get that full Docomo Pacific letter. There it is. I'm going to move it over here so you guys can read this too. All right, let's go to the share screen, get that on there. Because I really, it's important that you guys get to see the whole thing and hear the whole thing, right? So here it is. So that was the letter from before, from the CEO who said, hey, like exactly reading again. We're committed to aggressively increasing that percentage. We will also be accelerating the deployment of fiber, which is more resilient than other transmission lines and provides the highest speeds and quality available today. That is from Docomo Pacific's CEO to Guam customers. Now, according to this letter, over on the Saipan side, they're taking a different turn, right? They're saying basically, hey, this is good enough. Hold on. Yeah, this is where they highlighted the cost difference between the buried fiber from IT&E and what they were saying was going to be their aerial. And it says, according to analysis by Global Data, hybrid fiber coax, which is what they're using, networks will continue to dominate the residential broadband market in the United States. Throughout the country, it's a prevailing broadband solution that has successfully delivered stable, high-quality internet to millions. All this stuff is true, right? But, you know, they're saying that it's just as good. But a lot of stuff that happens in the mainland is not the best stuff for us here. The regular folks in the mainland probably not dealing with typhoons, right? Let's see. And it's not like it's a bad system. You heard it from the IT&E CEO himself saying, hey, he's done this before. He's done the hybrid. He's done all that stuff. But that this is better, and that the folks who are asking for this are saying that this is the better one. And it says, let's see. It says, aside from other technologies beside buried fiber being appropriate and acceptable throughout the United States, on Guam, approximately 80% of the island is served with such proven and reliable non-buried fiber technologies to deliver high-speed broadband, and consumers, enterprises, customers, federal and local governments, and military commands. Yeah, but you know what happened after Mowar? All their service sucked balls. I mean, like, I'm sorry, it's the truth. It did. I mean, it really did. When I was trying to deal with my colleagues over in Guam during that time, man, I had a hard time getting them because their service was dropping all the time because of they didn't have all their stuff up for a long time. And it was bad for a while. Hey, I'm not saying one guy's better than the other guy or something like that. You know, they're all people. This is just business and all that other stuff. But the fact of the matter is, we get typhoons. What would you rather have? Would you rather have your typhoon knock out your communications, or would you rather have your communications at least go on? You know, at least if you have a generator at the house, you're still going to be able to have your internet stuff going on there. Or on top of that, if you have a phone, you want that network to still work. I know. They're not going to be loving that. But I can't help it. I mean, like, that's just it. That is just it. I mean, so what would you rather have? Would you rather have your internet to your house be upgraded to fiber that's buried all over the place, something that their own CEO said was even faster and more resilient for the storms, or, well, at least for Guam, they're like, hey, it's better for Guam. We're working toward this for Guam. What about the CNMI? Why do we have to have the hand-me-down stuff, right? You pick. I have no bones about that, but like the thing is, like, you know, why should we get the discount thing? And here's the biggest thing. This comment from this letter here is saying that we should go ahead and go with their aerial stuff for like $1 million, where their own CEO prior said that it's more resilient and the highest speeds available today, right? This is what their CEO said, that buried fiber is more resilient than other transmission lines and provides the highest speeds and quality available today. So why, if the CNMI office picked the bid that will give us that, then why would they be fighting that for a $1.7 million contract of federal funds? Who are they? Are they really looking out for the best interest of the people of the CNMI, or are they just doing a business thing? I mean, come on. And take a look at that bid that they had too, right? To do the same thing. They offered the same thing. And here's what it was. They offered to do the same thing for $90 million. Well, of course, it's got to cost more for Docomo because they don't have the same stuff IT&E has. Yeah, okay, I got you. But look at GTA's bid. How come GTA's bid? They have nothing here. Nothing. Docomo has been here ever since. So why is GTA's bid a third cheaper than Docomo's bid? That's a good question. What were they going to do differently? I don't know. So now the question is, Toba says, all three carriers suck when you live down in Molesto, Guam. You have to climb on top of a church to hear something. Yes, but maybe that is the voice of God, Toba. Might be. You never know. You don't even need signal for that. All you need is the communication with your Lord and Savior. Yes. Hold on. I'm there for all of this, right? So I love this conversation. I love this more as sitting around the picnic table, cruising, or choking down a couple of nice adult beverages. But hey, when we're talking about it here, now these guys, they already said that this is the better way to go. So what's the better thing for us to do? They're like, well. Fine, but we thought you meant this. Well, if you thought you meant that, then why did you submit this one? Why did you submit this other bid for like $90 million? I think you just overshot. This is what happened. I think you just overshot, and you wanted it, and that's it. It's a way bigger company. I mean, Docomo here in Saipan is smaller than IT&E. Fair, yes. But Docomo is so much bigger. It's a multi-billion-dollar company, an international company. They are like one of the biggest companies in the world. They can afford to give us better stuff. So why not? Why wouldn't you do it? You're going to give us the stuff that's still on the power poles, that's hanging from house to house, as opposed to having this high-speed, resilient network. Sorry, guys. Hey, I'm cool with, I don't dislike Docomo. I don't dislike the people at Docomo. I got good friends who work there and who have worked there for decades. I get it, right? I get it. But you're talking about the difference between, having a network that is vulnerable to typhoons to one that's going to be buried. Does that mean buried things, nothing happens to them? No, trees fall down, they get uprooted and all this other stuff. But dude, you're saying yourself that it's better, and now you're going to try to slide in and take away because you didn't get that bid. You're going to slide in and try to take away this superior network that you're not going to provide. And this is totally objective. When you read what they've said before versus what they're saying now, and the bid that they put in versus this letter here, you can see that this is it's like sour grapes. I mean, that's it. And now they're actively trying to get their contract or their offer approved for that pole-to-pole stuff. They said, yeah, it's just as good. It's just as good. But is it? Make up your mind, because you said no. You said that's not the case. Well, President Trump, no. This is a win for the CNMI to get this deal. If the NTIA says that we can have fully buried fiber and they're going to pay for it, that's the one you want to go with. Yeah, that's the one you want to go with. You want to go. By the way, raise your hand if you have cable TV in your house. We keep going that way. You want to talk about that? Who still has cable TV at their house? Please tell us. In fact, I would love. That's a good poll. That's the only kind of poll that's good. Well, I mean, there were polls at King's, but that's a different kind of poll. But the poll of who still has cable at your house? Here, do you have cable TV at the house? At your house? How about that? I've been asking people for a long time, and I've been hearing the same answer. And that answer is not yes. And then I spoke with somebody who told me for sure, let's save that poll, and we're going to activate it. Right? How do I activate this bad boy? I got to remember how to do it. It's in here somewhere. Because you guys probably don't see it on your screen yet. Options. Darn it. I forgot how to activate the poll. Oh, it's around here somewhere. There's a button for it, and I can't remember where it is. But I'm really curious because I know I have not had cable TV in forever. Here we go. Publish a poll. And let's go to, get a full screen this bad boy. There we go. Boom. Activate the poll. Bam. Should be on your screen now. Okay, yeah, it says it's active. So we'll see. It should pop up any minute. If you guys don't have it yet, let us know when you do. Let us know with your votes if you've got it. That's how to do it. You don't have to tell us. Just let us know in your votes if you've got it. And then I'm going to go back to the old, here, let's go back to the main dash so I could see everything, see you guys and all that stuff. There we go. Back to the old comments. Yeah, but I hear you, Toba, about the signals in Guam and all that stuff. I mean, hey, here's what we know. We know that no phone provider is perfect, right? Nobody's perfect about anything. No. But, that service after the typhoon was pretty bad. I mean, for months afterwards. And their CEO said that they were going to fix it by doing buried fiber because it's more resilient and it's faster. And it's the fastest available today. That's what they said. So that's it. Anyway. Yeah, can't even afford the cell bill. What more? Add cable. I know. That's one of the reasons why I ended up getting rid of cable TV, because I did not need that. Just like we don't have the home phone. We just got cell phones for the kids because it's cheaper, and we don't need the landline at the house. Now, is that more resilient after a typhoon? Yep. Oh, great question. There it is. Do you have a landline telephone at home? The answer, no, we don't. We just have 4 cell phones. And believe it or not, because we got the kids' cell phones, and so, I mean, it's perfect. So we don't have cable, and we don't have landline either. If I could do 2 polls at the same time, I would have that one. Yeah, maybe that's it. What do you have at your house? Click all that apply. Cable, landline. Yeah, I don't have those, either one of those. But cable, especially cable, like, why do I need cable TV when I hook my TV up to the interwebs and I can watch anything? I don't watch cable TV. I'll watch it online. And we could hook the computer up to the TV too. But all the apps that are on TV, you can watch everything anyway. So, like, I'm curious who actually has cable, because it's definitely not me. I haven't had it since the year that started with the one. No, that's not true. It started with the two at least. But like who does it? We do have for the internet. Yeah, I mean, having the internet, you can watch anything you want online. And this high-speed fiber network, you're gonna have it. Yeah, Connie says, I don't have cable TV ever since. I spoke with somebody in this world. They're like, no. Ann says, I haven't had it since 2010. Yep. Ezzy son says, landline telephone still works during Super Typhoon. Yeah, it does. If you have that old Typhoon, right? I totally get that. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to keep it. But you know what? We didn't have one of those Typhoon phones anyway. We had the cordless phone, which won't work in a Typhoon if you don't have any power. But that's one of the good things about the landline, is that it powers itself if you have one of those old, Randy, what's cable TV? I know, right? Ray says, we need to catch up on the news, LOL. Oh, you can do that here. Good morning, Eric Mothna. It's great to see you. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in. But I mean, that's the big thing right now, is finding out like who's got that. Again, no hate toward anybody about that, but I think it's a fair question. I'm just curious about it. But like, that's it. So the big topic that we were just talking about was internet, fiber, high speed. This is a nationwide program to bring the highest speed internet to folks all over the United States. And we have an opportunity to get that system here. And you know how much it costs us? $0.00. It costs us nothing because the U.S. taxpayers are paying for it. That's it. So why wouldn't you go for the gusto? Why would you not have the best thing? Jim says buried fiber is the best option for the CNMI or anywhere long term. NTIA knows this. They are the federal government's technical experts, and they have agreed with the need for buried fiber in the CNMI. There you go. I'm with you. I am with you on this. And again, that's the big thing about this. You know, you go back to that thing that says, like, this is from the statement from the broadband policy development. They said, we selected and submitted the lowest cost to NTIA for their approval, along with their methodology for defining priority broadband project for each project area. They said we met the requirements and they were satisfied. We moved forward with posting our draft final proposal for public comments as instructed. And that's what they're doing. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. So the feds said, hey, we're great with you guys having full fiber, buried, all that other stuff. That's it. And then you got these other guys saying, no, this pole to pole is great. Look, that's great if you're going to the adult clubs in Guam. Pole to pole. But I'm saying, like, if you can have the buried fiber stuff, why would you fight it? Why would you fight it? Why would you not want like, why can't you just be happy for people? Like Marianas Press, right? They are not, like, if we had a competitor, right? That would be the closest one, right? So what do I try to keep them from doing great stuff? No, they're doing great stuff. I'm happy for them. It's good for our community to have another great operator. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's good stuff. I love those guys for doing what they do, right? They're going to be going to the States for the Labor Day softball. Should I be saying, no, we shouldn't give them tickets? No, that's great. They should absolutely do it. It's awesome. They are kicking butt. Like, I should be happy for them. I say the same thing because I think it's a good win for the people of the CNMI. It's good people for the people out there too. It's a good thing. We should be happy for each other for getting a better thing for our community. That's it. High five them. Say, you got us this time. We'll see you next time. That's it. That's business. You're going to end up trying to prioritize one of your deals at the detriment of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. No, it's just as good. No, it just as sucks. That you know it. You said it. Like, come on. You said it. Do you want us to take you serious or not? You know? I get it, but you're wrong. You're trying to take away something that's literally better for the whole Commonwealth. Good morning, Malou. Good to see you. Zumanglonia in the house. What is going on? Great to see you. And hey, please go ahead and check out our poll that's on the screen right now. Let us know how you're doing. I wish I could see like what the progress is as we're going. I'll cut it off by the end of the show. By the way, we are going to wrap up the show at 9 o'clock today on the dot because we got to get going to Tinian where we're going to be meeting with those folks. Government folks from the feds, Senate Armed Forces Committee coming in, and we are going to meet with them, ask them some questions and all that other fun stuff. And we'll bring that to you live. As long as the service is good up there at the airport. Hey, I'm telling you, some people have it, some people don't. I mean, it's not great everywhere. That's a low spot. It's not going to be easy. No carrier is perfect. No question about it. So what do we got? Eric says, Buenos Brad, Project Buddy Check. That's right. Hey, Eric, did you sign up for your polo? Did you get your Project Buddy Check 670 polo? I just signed up with... for the blue one from Anthony. No, my size is now XL. I know, it's happening. I just don't want to get in, I want to keep the amount of X's to a minimum. I don't want to keep those things going. Yeah, you're right, Tobat, we got to stay humble. That's it. And like, that's why, like we were talking about the TV stuff, you got to stay within your means too, right? So like, we got to go with the most bang for your buck these days. You got to spend less money to keep yourself with the same amount of stuff. So I spend less money by not having that cable, by having a great amount of internet so that we can all enjoy that and we can use the phones that we've got also. I mean, that's it. That's it. All right, hey, we've been talking for a long time. That happens. I'm a talker. So we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to have more about the other topics that are rolling. And keep letting us know what's up. You guys were already telling us about birthday shout-outs and all this other stuff. Keep it coming. You know our number. We are here for you to take your calls, 789-2323. Don't call during the commercial, though. Wait till we come back from the commercial. 670-789-2323. And if you're worried about paying long distance, you can WhatsApp call that number, too. Give us a ring, and we'll be here for you. We'll see you in just a little bit.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical-grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
Say something and stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Could Uganda be next? I'm Jane Fergus, Fox News. The illegal immigrant who was deported but then returned to the U.S. faces charges is making accusations against the Trump administration.
Abrego Garcia is accusing the Trump administration of trying to pressure him into a plea deal. He's the Maryland man who's become the picture of President Trump's immigration crackdown after he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador earlier this year. He was brought back in June, but is still waiting to face trial in Tennessee on human smuggling charges. And he was on ICE's radar in the first place over alleged ties to MS-13. After months in custody, he was released from jail on Friday and is back with his family in Maryland. But it looks like he won't be a free man for long. He was told to report to ICE in Baltimore on Monday and has been notified that they plan to deport him to Uganda.
Fox's Rebecca Castor reporting. World leaders joined Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for his country's Independence Day. Fox's Stephanie Bennett has more.
Prime Minister Mark Carney took part, saying Canada will always stand with Ukraine and will invest $1.5 billion in new military assistance. Zelensky also thanked King Charles for an inspirational letter, along with Pope Leo, Xi Jinping, European leaders, and others for their messages. U.S. envoy Keith Kellogg also was in attendance. Zelensky awarded him the Ukrainian Order of Merit of the First Degree for his significant contributions to supporting Ukraine and strengthening bilateral relations, he said. Zelensky also thanked President Donald Trump for his letter, which Trump said in part that the United States respects their fight, but now is the moment to bring an end to the senseless killing.
Russia and Ukraine swapped 146 prisoners each on Sunday. And for the second time in 4 days, Villanova University has been rattled by a fake active shooter report. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Jimmy Fallon, inviting you to join me for Fox Across America, where we'll discuss every single one of the Democrats' dumb ideas. Just kidding. It's only a 3-hour show. Listen live at noon Eastern or get the podcast at foxacrossamerica.com.
Israel sends more troops towards Gaza as it weighs a takeover despite Hamas reportedly agreeing to a ceasefire proposal. Fox's Jeff Paul is in Tel Aviv.
The Israeli forces there continue to build up on the perimeter of Gaza City with both tanks and soldiers preparing for an eventual and gradual operational takeover that could reach the city center. All this happening as the leading authority of food security declares a famine for Gaza City. There's fears it could spread as humanitarian aid coming into the territory remains very scarce. Now, efforts to end the war remain on hold as Israel has yet to officially respond to the latest ceasefire proposal. The government's delay to end the war is once again sparking protests throughout Israel.
Al Jazeera reports 51 were killed in the strike. All were civilians. Democratic candidate for New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani keeps the lead in campaign fundraising. Fox's C.B. Cotton in New York with that.
According to the New York City Campaign Finance Board, between July 12th and August 18th, Mamdani raked in a little more than $1 million, which is twice as much as his closest competitor in the polls, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is running as an independent and had his donations total about $541,000. Some of New York's most prominent Democrats still have not endorsed him. So as establishment Democrats continue to show some hesitancy about supporting Mamdani, far-left progressives in the party clearly have none. And some of Mamdani's competitors have repeatedly said that's where they believe they'll be able to come out on top, by winning over voters who feel abandoned by the current state of the Democratic Party.
Cuomo told Fox that Mamdani's policies would be the death knell for capitalism in New York City. And Netflix making history, K-pop Demon Hunter is giving the streaming service its first box office win. I'm Jane Fergus. This is Fox News.
From the Fox News Podcasts Network.
Hey there, it's me, Kennedy. Make sure to check out my podcast, Kennedy Saves the World. It is 5 days a week, every week. Download and listen at foxnewspodcast.com or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast.
All right, welcome back, CNMI. It is 8:31 a.m., and we are at the crack of dawn and cracking our voices, apparently, as we roll in there. You know, school is back in session, and that means the roads are a little bit more clogged up because you got to be smart and safe with all those buses rolling around. So let's take a look at traffic. Right now, most of the elementary schools are in, but folks are still on their way to high school. High school doesn't start till 9 o'clock. Hashtag must be nice. Well, it's a little bit of traffic over there by Shell Dandan, not too bad at all. Slowing down over there by the college, which is not too bad at all, but people probably just want to check out that new student center. All the way down Chalma Senior Martinez, things look pretty good. All the way down, even when you get on your way down to Route 32, down to Chalma Piao, things are looking good. Let's find out how things are going on Beach Road as we head up north. Even everything out in front of MHS is looking mighty nice. It's looking fine out here by the old AK intersection as well. Can't beat it. Let's scroll down right between the middle so we can look at Beach Road and Middle Road. Just a minor bit of slowdown in front of either side of Quartermaster Road on Middle Road and on Beach Road, but not too bad. Still had north, things looking pretty good. Traffic looking great this morning, all the way through Garapan, and even at the big delay light over there by the tennis court / pickleball courts, not that bad. Where it is starting to slow down a little bit is when you head for folks heading south from the north side, Chagi North, it's a little bit slow as they're making their way toward Issa Drive. And you know why? Because everybody's probably trying to get to Ina's Kitchen for lunch. Trying to get first dibs. I know it's 8:30, but you want to get that table fast. You could probably just give them a call. But you know you're going to get a great burger, a great food. And try the soup. I'm telling you, their chowder is amazing. You will not regret that decision. How about the Rodeo Drive of Saipan? That's right, it's Issa Drive up there in Capitol Hill between Capitol Hill Market, New Sarah Market, and Zen-U Market, the place where everybody goes to shop on their way to and from the Back Island Road. Well, anyway, it's looking pretty good all the way through, and that's your first look at, your current look at traffic in Saipan. It's not bad at all. By the way, you could avoid all of that mess if you just go and meet the folks from Transit CNMI. Transit CNMI, they are your home for transportation. Do you know they won a nationwide award for having such a great route in our size market? Well, it is amazing. And you can find out where that bus is, too, at any time by going on their website or picking up their app. It's Transit CNMI, transit.cnmi.gov. And you're looking at it right now. You can see there's one heading southbound from Garapan, and the northbound one is over there by Nutrition Assistance Program in Azlito. That is what they call the Blue Line, and you can get anywhere on that Blue Line one way for $2, $2, two slammers. What's a slammer? I don't know. Yeah, I know. Also, we've got students, veterans, active duty military, Monamco, and individuals with disabilities, just $1 per ticket. That's half off. You can't beat that. That's amazing. Anyway, that's the deal. Now, they're open from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. On the weekends, they let the drivers let their hair down a little bit earlier, 6:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. And make sure you pay an exact change because they do not have a change dispenser over there. Don't go in there rolling like DJ Khaled trying to walk into the club and all you do is win. You're not going to get any change with those dollar shooting guns that they've got. So just go in there with the exact change and hop on with Transit CNY. Give them a call if you want to, 236-2682, and they will help get you all the information you need to get around. Transit CNY, get on the bus with all of us. That's right. Did you know those buses? They not only are they aircon, they're new, they're clean, they're all that stuff. There's free Wi-Fi on those buses. So if you got to finish that project before you get to your office, or you got to finish that homework on your way to school, Transit CNMI is your great solution. So something to think about. Roland says, "What's wrong with your lighting?" I don't know. I think this lighting's okay. The other camera, though, it's a big drop-off. The other camera that I have over there for the news off like a different angle, that's not as fancy. It's not as fancy as the camera. Says, Brad, are you flying first class or a free charter Navy battleship again since you're a veteran? I'll tell you what, when we're going to Tinian today, we are taking a charter on Star Marianas, and we're getting that because the governor's office wants to make sure that the media gets there to be able to interview these folks. So when we heard about this, we were going to go there anyway. We were going to fly over there, but can we get a charter? Yes. So that's about as business class as you can get. They're flying us over as part of our business. The governor reached out. The governor's office reached out to us last week, said, "Hey, this is happening. Can you do it on Monday?" Said, "Absolutely, we'll be there." So it's a great opportunity for us, and we'll go there. And it's a great opportunity for us to get an order from the good folks over at JC Cafe. Got to get that spicy butter chicken. Got to do it. I need to. These abs are not going to grow themselves. You gotta feed that all the way through. Let's go through here and see what else we got. Oh, someone sent us a link, by the way. That I'll share with you. Let's see. I haven't listened to it yet, so we're going to listen to it together. Let's go to the share. And, can I make that a full screen thing? I know I can make it. Let's see. I can expand it there. Can I make it the full screen? There we go. It was from the State of the Commonwealth address. This is from the late Governor Palacios, and I think he's talking about infrastructure stuff here. So let's turn that down, and we'll turn this up, and let's get that share screen ready for it. By the way, the State of the Commonwealth address, we brought this to you when I was in New York. We restreamed this all the way through. So here, let's go over here and press play on this one. I'll help if I give you some volume.
It's everyone. For example, we have...
Hold on, we'll start from the beginning. Yeah. Well, apparently, I am technologically challenged. I'm going to try to press play and make sure the volume is good all at the same time. Are you ready? Now let's try it. No, it won't work.
A diversified and sustainable economy that benefits everyone. For example, we have invested heavily in a digital economy as the CNMI gradually emerges as the Pacific's digital gateway. With over $200 million in federal and private sector broadband investments, our vision for a robust digital economy is quickly becoming a reality. We have secured $81 million to construct a climate-hardened underground fiber optic network that will reach every home and business across our islands. We've even secured federal funding to develop satellite broadband service for our northern islands, ensuring connectivity even in our most remote areas.
That was our late Governor Arnold Palacios just talking about it. He seemed to be pretty excited about the fact that we were going to get this this high-speed fiber network that was going to be across the islands, and that's cool. And again, that goes. We're not going to talk about this, although we talked about it a lot. But I mean, like we talked. That's one of the things the governor talked about. What he wanted for the Marianas is wanting for us to have that kind of a high-speed, dependable network all over the place. And I'll tell you what, when I worked for the phone company a long time ago. I mean, no kidding. Like, oh, geez, a real long time ago. For IT&E, but started at PTI and then IT&E. And, we were learning quickly back then. Remember when DSL was the big thing? If you had DSL to your house, ooh, man. It started off with dial-up and then DSL. And when DSL became affordable to everybody, that's when you started to see the real difference, the real advantage of having high-speed internet at the house for students. I mean, it was a big deal for, workers and parents and all that other stuff. But the difference for students was the big thing. You would see a distinct advantage between a student that could have access to the high-speed internet at their home versus the students that couldn't. The longer upload times, the longer download times, watching videos, everything takes less time and all that other stuff. And we saw that at the phone company. That's why we had to have like an internet plan that helped people through government resources to get them some sort of a faster internet solution at the house. It's a big deal, and then, one day, I know that there was a big deal with like laptops and stuff like that, but hopefully that becomes more affordable and more within reach for more students too, because, I know folks personally who don't have computers at their houses. And their kids are using their phones, and they're really good at doing it, by the way. I can't do it. I used to think it was so cool that I could get work done on the phone, and I still can. I remember writing a full press releases, all that other stuff. But now I like to have a big screen. I like to have multiple screens like we have here to do all that kind of stuff. And I can't imagine doing a big project on my phone only. And some kids, that's all they have. So getting computers in every house, I think, would be a big deal. I don't know how you're going to pull that off. I know PSS did something like that years ago, but with the way things are going funding-wise for PSS, I don't think that's happening anytime soon. The only hope that you can have is that the phones or the computers are less expensive. By the way, the computers are a lot less expensive. I mean, the super fancy ones are still expensive, but you can pick up a really good computer for your kid for less than the price of a phone. The difference is that the actual cost for the phone, you're usually getting that lower priced at the phone company because they subsidize it. They bury that cost within their rates. And so they don't really do that. There's not a mechanism for that with your computers. So if they had something like that for kids with computers and stuff like that, I think it's a game changer within the students. And hopefully the kids appreciate it. You get anything for free, you just figure, hey, woohoo, right? You might not appreciate it as much. Would I? Oh yeah, I would. Yeah, I know the value of money. I would value it, but kids might not. But anyway, I think that's the thing. Having good, reliable, high-speed internet access for the kids is important, but having like a real platform for them to be able to use it, I think, is a big deal. Anyway, but I digress. Let's get into some of the other stuff. Yeah, so we're going to be heading over to Tinian in a little bit less than 2 hours from now, and we're going to be able to get you guys some interviews with folks from the Senate Armed Services Committee. We're really excited about that. That's not something that is that normally happens here. This is a big delegation. You heard about the other CODEL that was coming out that we were excited about. It was supposed to be here this month. Now it got pushed to February. That's forever away from now. But these guys are coming by because they want to see what's going on with Tinian. They want to see what's going on with the military's development up at the airstrips and beyond. So we'll see how much coverage we're able to bring you. Some will be live. When we start heading up north, that connection's not going to last. It's kind of spotty. You know what ends up happening in Tinian? You got great coverage in like San Jose area and everything, and for a point, but the topography is such in Tinian that you can't get great signal all over the place. It's when you pick up the signals from Saipan when it becomes great again. That's what ends up happening. Once you get over when you get in this spot where you're in a low spot between the signals in Tinian and the signals in Saipan where it goes out, and then you emerge on the north side and everything pops up again. It would be great. That should be one of the things that maybe the military folks can say would be a good thing. They got that power line that goes all the way out to the old Voice of America station. If they took a branch off of that and put it on, what's the name of that mountain? I know, I'm thinking of Guam's mountain, and that's not the right one. What's that? That's Mount Lasso, right? Or something like that. Tinian. I can't remember the name. I'm going online to zoom in and see if I can't find it on Google Maps. I don't know if this. Oh yeah, it is Mount Lasso. If they put it at out where Mount Lasso is in Tinian, you don't want to put it at the shrine or something like that. But I mean, over there is a high point in Tinian where if you put something up over there, like where those B-29 towers were, they had these big radio towers there in World War II era, where there would be the signal towers that the B-29s would follow that signal all the way back in. And, and the bases are still there, and not like a military base, but like the concrete foundation that those things used to sit on. If you could put a big cell tower there, that could cover the whole north side for sure. And that would definitely improve everything that's going on up there. If you ended up using that power to put up a good tower over there, man, maybe that's a big win. I think it's a big win for communications for sure, but I wonder how the military could parlay that into a good look for them, something that would help them out. No. That's a good question. I'm not, but no. That's on the WhatsApp side, just came in. Thanks. Oh, here's something that came in. I'm excited about this. We just had Off the Hill with Marissa Flores came back again. Now that when I got back from New York, and then everything went crazy over here. The news cycle was insane for like about the past month, and now we're able to slow down a little bit, and we're able to get some of our regular stuff back on track. And so Off the Hill was one of them. Folks from NM Posse, they're going to be back in again. We already did one of the Advocacy Amplified last month, so we're back on track for that. But we're going to have it again for this month. Really excited about it. And this one is about SIP Happens. We are back on track for SIP Happens. But let me see. I got to look at the calendar to just make sure if it's going to be this Thursday or next Thursday. I mean, that's essentially what we're looking at right now. And I'm not sure who they got lined up for a guest, but I'm really excited about this. Hold on, I went too far calendar-wise. Yeah, this Thursday or next Thursday are fine for me. Yeah, either one's fine. Let's see. Either is fine. Yeah, either is fine. I would say this week. Yeah, so I just told him, I would think that this week would be better as opposed to next week. And by the way, if you are interested in doing a show, not like this, you're not going to have to worry about working all the computers and all that other stuff. But if you want to do a show and you want to have it on NMI News Service, maybe you want it on a different service, that's up to you. But if you want to do it and you want to use our space here, we can help you out with that. Do we charge a fee? Yes, we do, of course. We're not free. But is it cheap compared to what you would normally do it? Yeah. What I would do for you is I produce your show for you, basically. I would hook you up with, if you have a logo already, great. If you need one, I'll help you out with that. If you have like an opening or that you need for like an opening broadcast, like a show open or something like that, yeah, we can work on that. Music, could do all that stuff. And the cool thing is that if you were to do it on your own, you're probably going to do just fine. But what we could do for you, if you're doing it here, aside, you'd be paying because we get to produce it. All the lights, the cameras, the computers, and you don't have to monkey with it like I do during the show. Like I would be sitting behind the cameras and the computers doing all that stuff while you guys just talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. If there's presentations you want to give, no problem. If there's videos you want to show, no problem. If there's photos, no problem. Audio, no problem. All that stuff, we do all that stuff for you. And it's a lot of fun. I like to do it because, some people just need that kind of a platform to do it. Oh, that's the other one. Because we got a lot of followers over here on the NMI News Service because, people want to follow the news and all that other stuff. So when we go live, people actually see it. So if you've already got your Facebook page and all that other stuff, we can broadcast it live on both. Now there's a minimum number of followers you need to have on Facebook. And there's a minimum number of subscribers you need to have on YouTube so that you can do all that stuff live. And, so we can get you started and get you going. And it'll be pretty cool. Now, all this stuff, again, we would be producing it for you. If you want to do it, we'll be happy to. Because I know there's people out there who have stuff they want to talk about. They want to interview their own guests. They want to do all that other stuff. I'm telling you, we could be your home for that stuff. And it's fun. I love doing it. This is one of the cool things about this is that we're kind of like public access TV. We're kind of like public access TV. Like it used to be like they have to let you do a show and all that other stuff. They have to give people air. Yeah, but we don't have to do any of that stuff, but I want to do that stuff. And all those, and even if they did give you airtime, it will cost them money to do stuff like that. This is going to be so much less than what you're thinking. Whatever number you have in your head, guaranteed, it's less. And no, it's more than $1. Sorry, Chuck. It's more than $1. That was cute. But hey, we'll talk about it. I mean, like what you want to do and how much time you want it to go, all that stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll figure all that stuff out. I wouldn't worry about it. Oh, PK says, I'll be back to do reservations required in the fall. Awesome. So PK has a great idea for a show. He wants to do one about food and beverages and all that other stuff called Reservations Required. So when he gets back, we'll be able to do that kind of stuff too. That'd be pretty neat. I was excited when you talked about it before, but now that you're coming back in the fall, that's even cooler. So, but like I was saying, I know there are people who want to do this. I got to see some of the older guys after their golf outing. They were like, oh, we want to do this. I'm like, oh, this would be awesome. I know a couple of guys who are planning to do one. They just haven't done it yet. I'm like, dude, I'll help you get started. If you just want to try it, come on up. Because I want to help you try it too. Maybe you got a plan, maybe you don't have a plan. Maybe I can help you out with some stuff. Maybe you help me out with some stuff. Who knows? But this is an opportunity for you to do it. Because if you want to have a radio show, good luck. If you want to have a TV show, good luck. You end up having to pay them for airtime and all that other stuff. Yeah, but it would probably be more expensive. I'm not, again, that's not that you can't do it. You should. But this, we do everything for you. I mean, it's really like we're going to be your partner in that show. We're not going to be on it. If you want to ask a question like on the show, Brad, what do you think about that? I'd say, here's my answer. But I won't be on the camera with you guys. It would be your show. You'd be doing all of it. As far as the conversations and all that other stuff, your topics, your everything. That's not me. I would just be producing it for you. We do that. And I'm telling you, so many people here could do this. So many people could do it. And I would help you with that. So that's what we got. All right. Well, that's about what we've got today. I don't mind bugging out just a little early just to make sure we can get everything ready for that flight to Tinian. If you guys have, oh, by the way, if you need something to get taken to Tinian, you should let me know. I'm not going to have a car over there. They're going to take us wherever we got to go. But if you got somebody who would wait for it at the airport, as long as it's not a llama. They had that thing. Today's the day if you need someone to carry your cake, because they won't take the cakes. Because people get upset if they get bounced around. I'll carry your cake for you. But it's got to be today. All right, hold on. What else we got? Oh, yes. Awesome. That's great news. Great news. All right. Yeah, but that's pretty much what we're going to do. We're going to wrap that up today. I want to say thanks to all you guys for watching and tuning in today and for letting people know. If you haven't already, please follow us right here on the NMI News Service. And a lot of you have, which is great. If you haven't done this, please do this too. Find us on Instagram and follow us there. And then go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to us. That's a big deal for us. The more people we get on our YouTube is going to be a big deal. And then, man, I'm telling you, we are one step away from this website. We keep talking about it. And we're going to start a little bit earlier. There's a couple of features that aren't quite ready for prime time, but we're waiting for this last one. That's really going to save me a lot of extra work. We got to get this one more step. That's it. And they said it's probably going to take about 1 more hour, not like between now and 1 hour, but 1 more hour of them really just working on that. And when they solve this one last little thing, we're gonna unleash this thing to everybody. And you'll be able to watch the show, especially you got friends, family members, maybe even you're not a big social media person. You'll be able to watch whatever we do live, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, it'll be live on our website automatically. We don't have to do anything. As soon as we go live, it's live on the website. So you'll have our regular news stories that'll pop up all the time. Our regular live feeds will be on there all the time. And it's going to be a great storage place for all the documents that we post, like for the legal cases, for the laws that are passed, for the bills that are proposed, all of those things. All the shows that we do for Off the Hill, Advocacy Amplified, and SIP Happens, and then Reservations Required. Any of those shows will have its own little section on that website also, so you'll be able to watch all of them whenever you want to. All the interviews we end up doing with people, so you don't have to go back and watch the whole show and all that other stuff, or one of those things. There'll be a section just for the interviews. I love this. It's going to be so great. It's all going to be there. Yes, even watching me shower, Tobot. I'm going to have a special one. It's called Only Brad's. Nobody's wanting to watch that feed. And so we're definitely not going to do the shower. Yeah, it'll be like the Truman Show, only it'll be the Newsman Show. That's it. So that's what we do have, though, for you. 8:57 in the morning. You got all this stuff. We didn't get into the big decision. All right, I only got 3 minutes. We'll talk about that later. That big Supreme Court decision to open up the case against former Governor Ralph De Leon Guerrero Torres. It was a big deal. There's so much to it. This is such a big conversation that it just the next couple of minutes won't do it justice. Mainly because of all the implications in there. Basically, the Supreme Court said, hey, nobody did anything wrong, but there's it gives the appearance of impropriety without there being any impropriety. So they're not going to let the Attorney General Manabusin or Chief Solicitor Glass or former Assistant Attorney General Kingman prosecute the case. But the Attorney General's office can prosecute the case. And that's the big deal. And now they got this lady working at the Attorney General's office. I haven't met her. I heard she's really nice, but it just seems like she's on a tear, just going through and like, you get a car and you get a car. Only the thing is she's not handing out cars. She's handing out indictments. Holy cow. Paro Regis says, good morning, Brad, from Davao, Philippines. Mabuhay. Shout out. That's right. Magandang umaga. Magandang umaga po. Oy, Davao. Is that Visayas, Davao? So I can't do po. I know Poe is not a Messiah kind of thing. But anyway, great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching today. That Supreme Court decision is going to be a big deal. We're going to be following that. And holy cow, look at that, though. Like, you got the big decision from the Supreme Court saying they can continue to go after former Governor Torres. That was just about the flight stuff, right? They didn't even get into the heavier stuff that people were talking about. But then they've got the other one going against the current Lieutenant Governor about his time at HSEM, Homeland Security Emergency Management, dealing with the cars, which, by the way, is interesting. But, you know, they just got these two big announcements against two people who were looking to run together for the upcoming gubernatorial election. Is it politics? Is it real deal stuff? Well, I know what it is. It's 9 o'clock. So we'll wrap up the show today with that. I want to say thanks again to all of you guys for tuning in. I'm just going to see if the latest news update is available. If it is, I'll play that for you before we go, because I want to keep you guys as updated as possible. And it is. All right, guys. This is coming. This is the latest news update, and then we're going to be out of here for good. Thanks for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I hope this is the best week that you've had so far, and I hope today is the great start that you need to make the rest of your week be awesome. All right, guys. Take care. We'll see you in a little bit.
Uganda be next. I'm Jane Fergus, Fox News. The illegal immigrant who was deported but then returned to the U.S. faces charges is making accusations against the Trump administration.
Abrego Garcia is accusing the Trump administration of trying to pressure him into a plea deal. He's the Maryland man who's become the picture of President Trump's immigration crackdown after he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador earlier this year. He was brought back in June, but is still waiting to face trial in Tennessee on human smuggling charges. And he was on ICE's radar in the first place over alleged ties to MS-13. After months in custody, he was released from jail on Friday and is back with his family in Maryland. But it looks like he won't be a free man for long. He was told to report to ICE in Baltimore on Monday and has been notified that they plan to deport him to Uganda.
Fox's Rebecca Castor reporting. World leaders joined Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky for his country's Independence Day. Fox's Stephanie Bennett has more.
Prime Minister Mark Carney took part, saying Canada will always stand with Ukraine and will invest $1.5 billion in new military assistance. Zelensky also thanked King Charles for an inspirational letter, along with Pope Leo, Xi Jinping, European leaders, and others for their messages. U.S. envoy Keith Kellogg also was in attendance. Zelensky awarded him the Ukrainian Order of Merit of the First Degree for his significant contributions to supporting Ukraine and strengthening bilateral relations, he said. Zelensky also thanked President Donald Trump for his letter, which Trump said in part that the United States respects their fight, but now is the moment to bring an end to the senseless killing.
Russia and Ukraine swapped 146 prisoners each on Sunday. And for the second time in 4 days, Villanova University has been rattled by a fake active shooter report. America's listening to Fox News.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Israel sends more troops towards Gaza as it weighs a takeover despite Hamas reportedly agreeing to a ceasefire proposal. Fox's Jeff Paul is in Tel Aviv.
The Israeli forces there continue to build up on the perimeter of Gaza City with both tanks and soldiers preparing for an eventual and gradual operational takeover that could reach the city center. All this happening as the leading authority of food security declares a famine for Gaza City. There's fears it could spread as humanitarian aid coming into the territory remains very scarce. Now, efforts to end the war remain on hold as Israel has yet to officially respond to the latest ceasefire proposal. The government's delay to end the war is once again sparking protests throughout Israel.
Al Jazeera reports 51 were killed in the strike. All were civilians. Democratic candidate for New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani keeps the lead in campaign fundraising. Fox's C.B. Cotton in New York with that.
According to the New York City Campaign Finance Board, between July 12th and August 18th, Mamdani raked in a little more than $1 million, which is twice as much as his closest competitor in the polls, former Governor Andrew Cuomo, who is running as an independent and had his donations total about $541,000. Some of New York's most prominent Democrats still have not endorsed him. So as establishment Democrats continue to show some hesitancy about supporting Mamdani, far-left progressives in the party clearly have none. And some of Mamdani's competitors have repeatedly said that's where they believe they'll be able to come out on top, by winning over voters who feel abandoned by the current state of the Democratic Party.
Cuomo told Fox that Mamdani's policies would be the death knell for capitalism in New York City. And Netflix making history, K-pop Demon Hunter is giving the streaming service its first box office win. I'm Jane Fergus. This is Fox News.
I'm Janice Dean. Join me every Sunday as I focus on stories of hope and people who are truly rays of sunshine in their community and across the world.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician, who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.